All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Says YouTube is Pastor Dow. And I came up on an article right here from ABC News. And I want to read a portion of it because I want you to see how ridiculous everything is. See, no matter what we do, we seem to keep sinking ourselves further and further and further into debt. Now, most people out there, I understand how most people think. Most people think, well, that's the government. It ain't my debt. It ain't everybody else. You know, I've got my own business, got my own things I need to do. So why I need to be worried about the government stuff? You don't understand. You don't understand. Everything that they do affects you, adversely affects you in some kind of way, shape, fashion, or form. And you need to understand that. You truly need to understand it because no matter what, they're going to get in your pockets. And you need to keep them out of your pockets. But as long as you're submitting and doing what the system says, they're going to stay in your pockets. And they're going to continue to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper because they think differently than you and I do. We're the working class people. But look, ABC News, the cost of the government shutdown. The 16-day government shutdown is over, but the country has taken at least a $24 billion hit along the way. The financial ratings agency Standard & Poor's said Wednesday the shutdown to date has taken $24 billion out of the economy, equaling $1.5 billion a day, and shaved at least 0.6% of annualized fourth quarter 2013 GDP growth. These estimates are for the overall economy, taking into account not just the federal wages and productivity, but all of the ripple effects and the cost as well. Federal employees return to work as Obama signs the built-in shutdown to avert default. The bottom line is that the government shutdown has hurt the U.S. economy, Standard & Poor's said in a statement. In September, we expect 3% annualized growth in the fourth quarter because though the politicians would have learned from 2011 and taken steps to avoid things like this, the government shutdown and the possibility of a sovereign default, listen to this. Since the forecast didn't hold, we now have to lower our fourth quarter growth estimates to closer to 2%. Moody's Analytics report a similar number Wednesday saying, but by the end of the day that the shutdown will cost a $23 billion hit to the U.S. GDP, or a $1.435 billion per day. Now, how much sense does that make? Literally. I mean, how much sense does that make? Let me read a little bit of this article right here, and I'm going to go ahead and call it, because it's still utterly ridiculous. $3.1 billion in government loss hits, although the furlough wages of the workers will get their back pay. I told you, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you that it makes no difference how long they shut it back? It's just an extended vacation for federal workers and federal employees. They will get their back. I told you that. Why did I tell you that? Because I remember from the last time and the time before that. I remember history. Taxpayer won't see the products. According to the U.S. Travel Association, there has been a $152 billion a day in spending related to travel costs because of the shutdown. As many as 450,000 American workers supported by the travel may be affected. According to the National Park Service, they welcome more than 700,000 people per day, usually in October, and visitors spend an annual $32 million per day impact in communities near their national parks and contribute $76 million each day to the national economy. Those revenues were lost. According to the Destination of D.C., the official tourism corporation of D.C., there's a 9% decrease in the hotel occupancy from that of last week in September, before the shutdown of the first week of October during the shutdown. This year, hotel occupancy was down 74.4% for the week of September 29th through October the 5th, compared to those numbers in 2012. Sources, Smith Travel Research in 2012 estimated at $6.2 billion of visitors spending supported more than 75,300 jobs. The hit to Washington, D.C. has been especially hard, according to Mayor Vince Gray's office. Let me tell you, see, everything is all about money, 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 money. They don't care about the physical well-being, the spiritual well-being of the American people. It's all about money, 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 money. And you know what? Even the scripture says that money answers all things. Trying to get people to understand. But anyway, you see the difference? See? Crazy.